They surely won't be weak. It has become a division where only those I recommend can participate. There are 2 other individuals who'll participate in the Knights section. The Kuros held a preliminary competition and the winner was Yuno. Many females are pregnant, so the males are the only ones who participated. So, does that means that Yuno is the strongest male? Did Kuro lose? Or did he not participate? The other one is selected by the spiderlings. It is a spider that is as large as half a tatami mat. Though it has become large, it seems like it was one of the spiderlings that participated in the Lamia dungeon capture. It has no name and it will be troublesome during the time of the tournament. Your roundness is comparable to Zubaton. You're now Mura. TN. Mura equals pillow. I have no naming sense. It looks pleased, so I guess it's good. The referees are Hakurin and Rasuti. Flora won't participate. She probably doesn't want to stand out. You don't want to? Don't you think you must, at least, have one person to be in charge of healing? Right. Don't worry, I'll have another chance. Besides, doesn't the village chief not participating too? Everyone will be anxious if I participate. Ahaha, for sure. As the village chief, I'll do my best to manage the martial arts festival. Everyone's energetic. I'm currently shaving the forest at the south of the residential area. I'm going to make the venue for the martial arts tournament. At first, I thought of building it in the residential area, but I'm a little frightened with everyone's spirit, so I had to build it here. The ring is a 20 meters square. It is also 50 centimeters above the ground. I adjusted the ring's surface for it to be not too hard or not too soft by hammering and plowing it. I want to prevent injury as much as possible. Thinking about the possibility of participants being thrown out of the ring, I softened the ground around the ring to the maximum. I'll dedicate one side for the participants and all other 3 sides as audience seats. I thought of making an auditorium-type seating arrangement so that they can sit directly to the ground, but it will be difficult for those who are far away to see what's happening. In addition, because the martial arts festival is scheduled to run the whole day, food will also be served. I think it is necessary for the audience to have a chair to sit on in order to eat easily. Though that is the plan, it takes too much time and effort to make a monopod chair, so I drop it. I cut down a big tree, cut it again vertically and plane the upper side to make a long bench. A larger diameter tree will also be similar to a stair-up bench. Of course, I left space for the aisle. Yup. This is now the venue. After that, in a slightly far place is the cooking space. Do I have to build an eating and drinking space too? Forgive me for making easy to make table and chairs made of round logs. Toilet is also necessary. I'll make more water closet than usual. I also must not forget to put a slime on it. I guess the venue can be considered complete. Now, let the festival begins. Unexpected. Darame's wife, Dors, and Raymarin came to watch. They look like parents looking forward to their daughter's presentation. Bezel and Yuri also came to watch, and they are with an unknown middle-aged Ikemen. I wonder if they are here to cheer for Frau and the civil servant girls. Lou's grandfather, Ancestor-san, is also sitting at an audience seat before anyone noticed. Dors, Ancestor-san, and the middle-aged Ikemen are talking peacefully. Are they acquainted? However, looking at them, the unknown middle-aged Ikemen is definitely the weakest. 6 Lamias from the southern dungeon also came to participate. I accepted them and let them participate to warrior and knight section. From the Howling Village, after consulting Darame, Gulf and 3 others came to participate. I heard that they panicked when they first saw a dragon, but it seems like they are used to it now. Of course they would. They always see dragon carrying crops from here. We accepted them because all of them wished to enter the warriors section. I did not order anything about keeping the martial arts festival a secret, so it probably leaked out somewhere. Should I have kept it confidential? No. A lively festival is a good festival, though there were unexpected things. Let the festival begins. Chapter 93. Martial Arts Tournament, Common Section. During the martial arts festival, the village will be completely closed. Even so, there are still things that need to be done. The Kuros and Spiderlings are doing their best to guard the whole village. If the village is attacked by a monster in the middle of the festival, it will spoil the fun. I'll give them their favorite food to thank them later. There is also the need for cooking. Someone has to cook for the participants and the guests. Even I must take care of Alfred and Tysel personally. Though they will participate in the festival, the civil servant girls and the Unnies must work hard because the guests include personalities like Dawes. Of course, I'm working hard too. I'm helping with the tournament, cooking, and welcoming the guests. Village chief, let me introduce to you my father. Yuri introduces me, the unknown middle-aged Ikemen. Yuri's father. Then it means Demon King? Amu. I'm the Demon King Gulguld of the Demon King's kingdom. Phew, ha 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 ha. Ooh, the Demon King. Father, you're a little too frank. Yuri's papa. Nice to meet you. Yes. Nice to meet you too. I was surprised by the Demon King's initial greeting, so I subconsciously call her Yuri's Papa-san instead of Demon King. I feel like I'm talking to a normal Papa-san. Village chief, I apologize for suddenly intruding. No, I love festival like this for a long time. I'll fully enjoy it. Ancestor-san, I should have greeted him with Lu. Is Hakurin causing you trouble? Ha ha ha. I think that's normal for her. Hearing my reply, Dawes smiled satisfactorily. The guests all gave me something after our greetings, and all of them are something that can be eaten. Michael-san, however, sent a letter indicating his regret for not being able to watch and delivered seafood products as a token of apology. I wonder if food is the standard gift for a festival in this world. I'll make sure to remember it, and while appreciating their gifts, I'm struggling after seeing some strange ingredients. Village chief, I know that cooking is important, but if we don't start soon, we'll run out of time. I understand. Then, let's start the first ever martial arts festival of Big Tree Village. After hearing my opening remarks, everyone responded with a loud roar. It also seems like it caused a little tremor. Then, let's start with the common section. The host of the common section is Gran Maria. There was also a suggestion of me being the host, but I refrained. I have an important duty, which is helping with cooking. While I was thinking of that, they made me seat in a specially prepared seat near the ring. When Dawes and other distinguished guests came, the villagers remodeled a part of the venue thinking that noble guests should seat there, and I'm on the village chief's seat. As the village chief, I have to stay here. For some reason, Ancestor-san and Doraem's wife were the ones who helped with cooking. They dexterously peeled potato and carrot skins. My apologies. I gave up on various things and decided to concentrate on the common section battle. Matches in common section are decided by lottery. One should fight successively. According to the rule, one wins if the opponent was defeated. There are a number of conditions for defeat. If the participant loses consciousness, if the participant directly said that he gives up, if the participant was knocked down and was unable to get up within 10 counts, if the participant landed on anything other than the ring, if the referee judged that the participant can no longer continue. Those 5. Because of that, I'm expecting that the main reason for winning are opponents losing consciousness and being pushed out of the ring. At first, the rules the others thought about are too wild. You could only obtain victory if the opponent can no longer fight or give up, so I added a few mild rules. Moreover, as a major rule, you can only take up 2 weapons. You have to show it to your opponent before the start of the match, and you must make sure that there is rolled cloth on your weapon to reduce damage. You can wear the armor of your choice. You can also use any magic you want. Also, since this is a festival, no one should kill someone. If you kill your opponent, you will be automatically disqualified and will be heavily punished later. I did not tell the details of the penalty. If I convey the details of the penalty unskillfully, they wouldn't be bothered with it. It might even result for a participant to think that it's okay, and that will be a problem. I'm sure using their common sense, they will never think of killing their opponent. But if they get intoxicated by the battle, they are not used to fight against each other, so I just can't relax. I'll just put all my trust in the referee's judgment. After the referee, Hakurin, goes up to the stage, the host, Gran Maria, announced the first battle. The first match is between a beast girl and a civil servant girl. On ordinary days, both of them are wearing skirts, but now both of them are wearing pants. I'm the one who suggested it. The Beast Girl has short daggers on both hands while the Civil Servant Girl is equipped with an ordinary sword and shield. Fight. After Hakuren's shout, the battle starts and the excitement of villagers and other spectators rise. Support is free, and I already told them that no trash talking on the opponent of the participant they support, so there are only cheers of encouragement. The match ended in no time. It started when the Beast Girl lowers her posture and charges. The Civil Servant Girl tried to block her with the shield, but the Beast Girl rolled from the front to her right. The Civil Servant Girl is holding her sword using her right hand, so it seems like she's avoiding that. However, even though she went away from the sword, the shield is in front of her. After that, the Beast Girl crawls below the shield to the legs of the Civil Servant Girl and tried to take her down. The Civil Servant Girl's posture broke, but she was not knocked down. She hit the leg of the Beast Girl with her shield. The Beast Girl then rolls again from the right to the front. Seeing that, the Civil Servant Girl turn her body and swing her sword to the rolling Beast Girl. The Beast Girl was not disheartened and tried to attack using the daggers on her hands too, and she lost consciousness. The sword of the Civil Servant Girl hits the head of the Beast Girl, who failed to defend because she's rolling. Though both of her daggers hit the Civil Servant Girl, she only hits her lower body, and it is incomparable to a sword swinging down at her head. Stop. Match concluded. Hakuren stopped the match and announced the victory of the Civil Servant Girl, who knocked out her opponent. Cheers rose from the venue. I was surprised with what happened. Never, even for a moment, show your back to your opponent, Gran Maria commented on the match. I'll take a note of that for future reference. As expected, it is impossible for me to be the host. I'll just do what I can. The victorious Civil Servant Girl came in front of me. I praised her and gave her one reward medal for winning. The Civil Servant Girl received the reward medal with a full smile. She's obviously in pain, so Flora healed her with magic. Though not visible, it seems like the daggers of the Beast Girl damaged her. If it's painful, you don't need to endure it. You could have received treatment first. The comment section proceeds like that. Fortunately, there's no serious injury. Chapter 94 Martial Arts Tournament, Warrior Section. The best bout of the comment section is the battle between Frau and the Beastkin Senna. Although most of the battles were finished within a minute, the battle between those two lasted for 5 minutes. Frau conjures a one-handed sword while Senna fights with her bare hands. The match develops to the point where Senna grabs Frau, then tries to toss her, but Frau managed to grab her too. In the end, both of them were defeated since they were entangled and fell from the ring. Because both lost, they were not able to receive reward medals for the winner, but they were praised for showing a good match. However, Senna, I never thought that you were the throwing type. That was unexpected. By the way, Beezle, Yuri, and the Demon King showed their fiery support from their seat all the way. That was regrettable. It was a close match. Beezle's daughter is a tough one. However, I never thought that young Beast Girl can really fight that good. Since the common section ends, it is now time for the warrior section. This time, it's a last man standing tournament. The person who won the match will remain on the stage and fight against the next opponent. The one who'll win the most will be the champion. At first, I intended to do it in a normal elimination method, but I gave up because there are so many participants. Even thinking that it will only last a minute and the contestants will be replaced smoothly, it will still take a while. It would have been good if I had prepared several rings. Let's add that to my future task. Does that mean that we'll also have a martial arts festival next year? The warrior section participants: High Elves, Unnies, Lizardmen, Dwarves, Mountain Elves, Beastkins from Howling Village, and Lamias from the Southern Dungeon. It might have been correct to use Knockout Tournament for this, but it seems like luck will play the biggest part. Now that it's the warrior section, Ancestor San and Doraem's wife are now on their seat to spectate. The rule of the battle is almost the same as the common section. However, both of their arms and legs are covered with cloth, and they are also wearing hakumaki. About the Lamias, instead of legs, their tails are covered with cloth. The lizardmen's tails are covered with cloth too. In addition, if two cloth cover, including the hakumaki, were taken, it will also mean defeat. The major difference from the common section is they can challenge again even after being defeated. It is permitted to a fluoro heal the contestant then line up for a match again. At the very least, after all participants have taken their turn, the tournament will continue until the scheduled time. The referee changed from Hakuran to Rasuti. The host is changed from Gran Maria to Frau. Gran Maria will appear in the night section after this. It was good that Frau was not injured. No, it is thanks to Flora's healing magic. Bezel, Yuri, and Demon King, I would appreciate it if you don't cheer at the host that much. Matches were held one after another. It is because the next challenger appears as soon as the loser left the ring. Because there are almost no intervals between matches, only a few people can win consecutively. After winning once, most of them lose at the next battle. The ones who endured the most were the Dwarf Donovan, the Mountain Elf Ur, and Gulf of the Howling Village. The Lamia from the Southern Dungeon. There are 4 Lamias participating in the warrior section and all of them is strong. They use sword in a short distance battle and magic at long range. During melee, their tail wrap attack is super effective. Once they are wrapped, most people can't do anything anymore. At that time, referee Rasuti will stop the match. I think her judgment is pretty good. Presently, only the Dwarf Donovan was able to endure Lamia's tail wrap attack. He was able to endure the pressure of being wrapped and managed to remove the cloth from the hand and tail of the Lamia. He won that way. As for the others, they are seriously evading the tail wrap attack. Looking at that, it can be said that the Lamias are the keymen of the warrior section. Match after match, the number of victories of Gulf from the Howling Village and the Mountain Elfia are among the top 4. The Mountain Elfia maintains mid-distance from her opponent and wins using a one-handed sword and magic. Her winning streak was stopped after one of the High Elves engaged her with a high-speed melee and threw her out of the ring. Gulf of the Howling Village was really lucky being unable to fight against any of the Lamias, but one of the animaids beside me told me that he is strong. He fights against his opponents by aiming at the weak points and tossing the opponent out of the ring using speed and power. It seems like the rule of taking 2 cloths has worked advantageously for him. It was a lizardman who defeated Gulf. It seems like Gulf is not accustomed in fighting against races with tails. He loses against other lizardmen a couple more times. The warrior section's time is running out. With things going this way, the champion will be either of the 2. When I thought so, the other participants seemed to have guessed it too. Several participants surrendered against you and Gulf. There is only one way to settle this. I will be your opponent. I came to win. Don't bear a grudge. Hearing those, Rasuti signaled the start of the match. Ur, who's wearing her everyday clothes, took her stance while holding her one-handed sword. She can use magic, so she's planning to take some distance. Gulf is a warrior. He came to this village with his leather armor and one-handed sword. Though Gulf can also use magic, it seems like it won't be effective against Ur. He rushes forward to go for a close combat match. Perhaps this match will be decided to the one who can control the distance between them. I feel like I'm watching a sword dance match. I don't even know who has the upper hand. While thinking about that, I suddenly heard a loud noise. His sword is whirling in the air. You lost. The moment I thought of that, Ur grabbed the hilt of Gulf's sword and his arm then threw him. Gulf's body rotated 3 times in the air but immediately regains his balance and lands with his feet. No damage. However, the place where Gulf landed was outside the ring. Match ends. Winner, Ur. With Rasuti's declaration, the champion of the warrior section was decided. Unlike the common section, I handed 7 reward medals to the champion of the warrior section. Thank you very much. In addition, I also gave 3 reward medals to Donovan and the 4 Lamias. I also have to reward Gulf, but I can't give him reward medal, so I tried to reward him with a good amount of alcohol. I will take 1 as a memento. The remaining 2 will be traded for alcohol. I acknowledge it. In the end, I also handed 1 reward medal to other excellent participants of the warrior section. This is the end of the warrior section tournament. It is good that no one was seriously injured. After the break, it will be the night section, but before that, the full-scale food match first. Since the start of the common section, food was being prepared. I prepared several places where they can get food in Viking style. Or should I say like a festival store? TN. Viking style in Japan means an eat-all-you-can buffet. The first one who brought that up in Japan called it Viking since he saw it in Denmark. This is basically free eat-all-you-can. We prepared an eating and drinking space in a place far away from the stage, but it was not popular. Most brought their food there and audience seat and eat there. Although alcoholic beverages are also available, it is forbidden for the participants to drink because there are those who can't drink. It was noted that others should be modest until the night. Because Door's group don't seem to go to get some food, I asked the Animaids and the civil servant girls who didn't participate in the tournament to take care of them. As for me, I have to go get my own food. It seems like we prepared too much variety of foods. No. This is a festival. It is better to be lively. I also enjoy eating. Since Lou and Deer will participate in the night section, they left and warmed up after eating. Do your best. Alfred and Tysel are being taken care of by the Animaids and they look like they are enjoying the festive atmosphere. Chapter 95 Martial Arts Tournament. Night Section, Round 1 Part 1, Main Event. Martial Arts Tournament, Night Section. First of all, let's introduce all the contestants. Lou Vampire, Tyr Angel, Gran Maria Angel, Kudel Angel, Coron Angel, Rhea High Elf, Anani, Dagger Lizardman, Bulgar Devil, Stefano Devil, Yuno Inferno Wolf, Megara Spiderling, Junior Lamia, Sunia Lamia. They are assembled on the stage. Junior and Sunia are the Dungeon Master and Head Warrior of the Southern Dungeon. They were the ones who brought here by the Spiderlings and the pups after conquering their dungeon. The last one who came with them is Dungeon Sitting. The night section is a single elimination tournament. You'll obtain victory if the opponent was incapacitated or declared his defeat. This will be a considerably serious tournament since the ring-out rule and the previous light rules were ruled out. There are contestants who can fly, so the ring-out rule is too advantageous for them. On the contrary, if you leave the ring too far, the referee can disqualify you. Contestants are free to choose their weapons and there were no damage decreasing methods used for them. If both contestants were knocked out simultaneously, the match will be judged for the winner. I disagreed with these rules, but they told me that putting something on their weapons will lose much of their control and will have an opposite effect. Really? One match is scheduled to go for 10 minutes. If they run out of time, the winner of the match will be decided by me. I hope that no match will reach that point. And, if possible, I pray that no participants will be hurt. Hakurin will be the referee. The hostess will continue to be Frau. The matchup will be decided by a lottery. Because there are 14 of them, it is not balanced. Now, what will be the arrangement? 01 Stefano Devil, 02 Tyr Angel, 03 Gran Maria Angel, 04 Lou Vampire, 05 Anani, 06 Junior Lamia, 07 Kudel Angel, 08 Rhea High Elf, 09 Bulgar Devil, 10 Sunia Lamia, 11 Yuno Inferno Wolf, 12 Dagger Lizardman, 13 Megara Spiderling, 14 Coron Angel, 01 Stefano Devil and 14 Coron Angel are seeded. With that, the first match of the night section is the battle between Tyr and Gran Maria. A sudden confrontation between angels. Gran Maria has a face filled with despair, so hang in there. It was an instant kill. Tyr immediately overwhelmed Gran Maria and the match ends. The second match is a battle between Lou and Anne. Before coming to this village, Anne is working as a maid for Lou and Flora. This will be complicated in various ways. Will it be hard for her? This is a 1 in 1,000 chance. Let's pretend not hearing it. The best way to describe the match is mudslinging. Anne tries to make the match into a melee while Lou tries to take distance. Because both of them don't have weapons, dull bangs and shock can be felt on the ring, but none of them falls. But looking at it, Anne is clearly the one that receives more damage. Can't you make the room cleaner? Anne's attack is clearly becoming weaker. Why don't you try to return the things you used to where they originally are? It seems like each of them accumulated a lot of things inside. Can't you be a little gentler with each other? At least, reflect a little. Yes, that's what you should do. And so, the time limit was reached and I will need to judge the match. It was obvious that Lou is the winner, but before I said my judgment, Anne fainted. Lulushi, come over here. If you want to talk about something, tell me about it. The winner, Lou, was called by Ancestor San and they had a long talk. Hang in there. The third match is between Junior and Kudel. Since Kudel can fly, Is she in an advantageous position? Personally, I would like to support Kudel. How will this match turn out? As soon as the match starts, Kudel flies in the air as expected. I thought that the Lamia Jr. will be on a defensive stance, but she uses her tail like a spring and jumps. Kudel, who did not expect that surprise attack, was wrapped and fell. I thought that Kudel was done for, but she did not give up. She managed to get off Junior's tail wrap by using brute strength. So this is how a power character battles. I'm a little scared. After that, Junior counterattacked, but Kudel receives it with a double exchange. She won with that. This is the first time I saw something like this, so I think it is good. Fourth match. Ryu against the Devil Bulger. Though Ryu hesitated to enter the night section, she probably at least has some confidence. Thinking about it, I don't know how strong Ryu is. She always hunts in the forest, so will she fight with a bow? Then, will this match a long-range battle? If possible, I don't want her to get hurt. Since Bulger is Rasuti's servant, I had a chance to talk with her. I managed to, but I don't know how she fights. According to Rasuti and Hakuran, it is impossible to be a personal steward of a dragon if you're weak. Like usual, she's wearing a butler's clothes. When she came here, she was wearing a maid's clothes that makes her looks like a village girl, but it seems like she personally wants to wear butler's clothes. It doesn't look like she's the only one who wants to wear butler's clothes. Even Stefano is wearing the same butler's clothes. At any rate, the match began. As expected, Rhea took some distance and attacks with a bow. The next moment, I was surprised that there was already another arrow following the first arrow. Those attack Bulgers. Bunchin. Moreover, they all acted in different ways. One attacks with magic, another one throws knife, one uses dagger, and one seems to be a bare-handed fighter. It looks like they're covering each other's attack. It is an overwhelming method, but Rhea shots them all with arrows. An arrow hits the magic, the knife, the dagger, and the fist blow. After hitting all of the attacks, she still has the room to attack Bulger's bodies. Every time Bulger's body was hit by an arrow, the body disappears, and one arrow pierces Bulger's chest. The body did not disappear. I got impatient seeing Bulger's real body with an arrow on her chest. That looks bad. However, when I looked at the referee, Hakuran, she doesn't seem to be bothered in any way. Are you kidding me? I almost shouted to stop the match, but Bulger's body with an arrow on her chest disappeared. Ahaha, fool ya. Before I knew it, Bulger is already standing at the edge of the ring. Unhurt. It would have been better if you relaxed your guard down. Rhea did not hesitate to shoot an arrow to the talking Bulger, but Bulger managed to evade that arrow. The arrow suddenly stops and falls to the ground. It's a magical barrier. Since